Hello, let's start off with this PA. How do I did this trade for today's day? It's been a while. And so first step that I want before I go on to the trade that I have done is to look at who is the biggest player that I'm going through. Obviously, is when this range is going time frame, and this market that we probably will see that it will crash. See next week we'll be able to crash it from there. But even though, so what's the rules that I need to in order to take the trade even longer? So it's a weekly, it's a biggest time frame that is moving. uh, what am I doing for at that moment of this time? So looking through of how the buyer and the seller they're playing out. So I see the buyer they're struggling on this side, and the seller also struggling on this side. So looking both way what's going on. um, so looking at this way, that helped me to able to see that what can I do on that day, uh, in a short period of time. So on the weekly, it's a big boy. It's a big boy on the weekly. Should be on the daily, but weekly on the big boys because it's already a period of very long time. So looking at the weekly, what can they do? They done the buyer coming in, then FOMO dash it, then when the dash came up and they didn't go through to the buy to break through or new highs, so it became something wrong for us. It is something wrong. So economy news. Put this one. Economy news today. This is gonna bring it down. So before it was 126k of the non-farm payrolls, and this one the number is off rated, so 1%. And the most important part when this news came out, did the price move on the direction that we want? So overall, looking at this, it's a mix. I can say it's a mix. So did it play out a mix at the moment of the period of time? Nope. No, this was play out this week, February 5. Oh, this tweet is straight. Okay, on February 5, February 5. Okay, February 5, initially it's a drop claims, but previously it's 200k, but so even out. So even out. So what they gonna do with the price? They actually bring it down, but it will come to a struggle. So once I saw the struggle, but opportunity still there, and my job is like, what can I do, and understand the both party what's going on. Okay, I'm going through step by step. Okay, so range trade. This is range. We got one step, two step, three step, four step, and this came out strong, and then the buyer came out weak, and then what happened here? This between here. Uh, so between here, so this is will be a little bit more struggle of the trade, and looking forward, I have this buyers try one more time and breakthrough. So once this breakthrough, I wanted to have a better price to come in and breakthrough down here. So once it's breakthrough down here, I was looking, okay, this is it. This is where the buyer is gonna not dead yet, but it could be come back alive. Who knows? But what can I do at this time? So I'll go on the 4 hours. Go 4 hours, go very detailed. So 4 hours, we got some half breakthrough from the buyers. So the buyer came up very weak, and this is the area that I'm looking very carefully to see what's the story. So they actually killed this buyer on the top. So at the end, I have a kind of higher risk, but between looking back to the weekly of the time frame of the big boy, what is the percentage that I'm going to put in? That definitely is a low percentage. So if I take a 1%, I will take the 0.25% to play out, just to be safe, to willing to lose of that the money. So okay, so when this was buyer came down to create a trap, and we let the buyer try to one more time, how is the movement that they work out. So work out really weak, really weak. So after at the end of this, but I still see a buyer opportunity that it will come back up to play out. So I give that last shot for this buyer to do the thing first, instead of like my past or previous of my experience, just to jump in for no explanation, no knowing the clarity what's going on. So that's something that I've been working on. Didn't want to jump in every single trade for no for without explanation. Coming in, so now I'm moving to the 4 hours. Uh, actually, my explanation is kind of wrong. Oh, okay, let's go back. Let's cut this out. Let's cut this out right here. Let's go back to 4 hours. Okay, so they did a trap from the top that I wanted to the buyer to hit that price from the top at the area that seller that of the all the seller stop loss, so the engine could start. So they hit that part, the engine to start, but we let the buyer to try one more time from that area, and they started from that area. So overall, looking at it, is weak. It's getting weak, so which is good. They're breaking down with the subdivided. So all I need to see is the seller actually kill on very top with the seller that wanted to sell that area, and then target the stop loss. So let me see. They have twice to stop loss here, and then stop loss here, and then one more time, and then start moving. So that little that little how you say that little wick that's telling me that okay, I just all I need is one wick that try again. So once that buyer try, and at the opening hour of the like 6:30. So once this buyer came and then start weak. Of course, this is like what like the market haven't started yet. So I wanted that thing kill first, and then let the buyer try again. And this part right here, I was looking forward to go more deeper on the lower time frame. So I let the six start, and then after that six start, they they stop at the seven. Once the seven start, uh, because at the time when the market start opening, so it went up. Okay, it went up. It's fine. All I want to see is if they go already, so why not stop all the rest of them of the seller or even more. But once it's going, I just took the price from there. Could I have gone even more lower? I say no because I still want, just looking at the 1 hour. At the 1 hour, this location of that area, which is the buyer, is still strong. All I know, I just need a short period of time to trade this and just get out from there, and then see another opportunity come in from that area. Uh, because I always two scenario, I'm afraid this thing will jump back up and then start another one to stop out. If this is not really complete to stop out, but once this one stop out, yeah, we could see it, but still have no area to stop out. So there's two scenarios that I'm looking at that could be possible, but I really need to take this out and then later retry again. So, but the percentage of the risk, I'll still do 0.02 phone 02 0 0.25 because that's a reasonable and reasonable just to win and reasonable to lose, so I don't lose that much. Okay, let's let it play out. I have a second trade came up. So second trade came out was I scratch it, and due to the reason I scratch it because possibility the bar will come back up, and I probably switch it to, no, I didn't switch anything. Okay. Yeah, so I scratched that part, but the wind, it was pretty good over there, and it doesn't make sense if I trade at the bottom for what, like the buyer is gonna come back and eat me up, and that's exactly what happened at that when I scratch it, then they went up from there. So yeah, okay. Now I need to talk about how can I do better. It's been a long time I haven't talked about PA. See one thing. Okay, daily, the red is good. Uh, you'll notice the seller came really strong and the buyer actually came really weak. Came really weak. Yeah, came in really weak. And then the buyer took everything out from there, but not complete killed everything. And buyer actually respawned with some volume, and they actually respawn from that area, which is possible the seller want to sell again. And now we still in a dilemma because everything is not true broken out, but possible to able broke out because overall you see that the story they have attempts almost 4 times with the range, and we might be able to take out the buyer, so the market could able to crash. But in order to crash, they need a news to come in, and because it's a bigger player, it's now from 4 hours, now 1 hour, it's now 15 minutes. It belongs to weekly, daily, and 4 hour. So they need a bigger news. So that news will happen in the weekly. It depends on the news, what they're gonna do, and due to the war too going on. So when the war is going on, and it's very able to see it clearly. Uh, for now, it's more like technical. Who is stronger? Who is weak? So I able to see the buyers on the bottom on the range. They're strong, but when it comes to the top, they start getting weak. So when it came weak, then that's my understanding. So there anything that you want to improve? If my capital gains even big enough, my improvement that I want to do is, since I put a risk on the 0 to 0.25, since that 0.25 I could either get the profit of that 0 to 0 no 0.25, then I will, if I wanted to move it like all the way, but it's not impossible. Since that trade was short period, I could done it like, okay, I already take my profit at 0.25, then I could put like 0.05 if the capitals of my account is big enough, so that I could play out the other portion of the profit to this area, just to test the water of the buyer will come back, because that buyer, they already put stop loss in there, and that was the hunt to the stop loss that they will respond that engine of that buyer to coming back up. But since they already came halfway to back up, so that's the things that I'm looking at, but I don't have a bigger capitals, so that I will keep it as it is. That what I have done, that the sales was a good area where I am the location with the good areas, that I don't have any problem to just avoid the buyers to trigger the buyer resistance over there. So yeah, that's the win for this one. But if I have a 0.5%, that I will play out this risk, because 0.05%, that's nothing, so we're willing to lose that part from there. Okay, but that's it. Then since my capital is not that big, I will keep that profit and go move on to another opportunity.